Probably not.
We are live on YouTube and Facebook.
Ooh.
Waiting for Instagram.
Am I supposed to be going live there, Greg?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Instagram. It allowed us to go live today. And we're live on Instagram. Hey, we're finally live on all 3 platforms.
Yay.
For the first time in a long time. I'll put my hat back on because I'm all sweaty.
Let's see if it lets me go live now.
What's up?
I think I'm live too.
Oh, hey, look. There's a little thing that says Tiberius is live up top.
Go to.
I think I'm live too.
Oh, no.
What?
Who didn't mute theirs, Michael?
I think your laptop's on or something.
That's not me. That's great.
I made a new layout. Go to that one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, I feel
That's
so
cool.
small.
You're not small. You're still big. You're still a big guy.
Your head's still bigger than ours.
It's extra true.
Very true. Very
Wow,
true.
Okay, all you guys in the echoes. My goodness. What's going on, everybody?
It's tough to find good help, Nate.
We're live on all the platforms.
It's tough.
It's pretty cool. I like the new layout.
Yeah, just trying to
Yeah, that works a lot better.
even everything out.
All right. Hope everyone's doing well. Sorry about the delayed start. We were having some Wi-Fi issues.
Technical. Tim, how's the sound on your end? Any different? Better?
Greg, you're a little quiet. Nate sounds okay.
Mike hasn't said anything.
Hello.
Mike and Greg are a lot quieter than Nate.
Well, that's pretty normal.
I haven't really said a whole lot. Any different? But talking normal, conversational.
It doesn't sound the same. I don't know. It kind of sounds like your mic is unplugged and Nate's not.
We did have to turn off I literally turned the whole board off and turn it back on to get us to not sound muted and goofy. I had Mike turn it off and turn it back on. So PP said Mike and Greg are only coming through my mic.
Really? Because I hear me fine in my ears through this.
Yeah, I can hear me.
Oh, how funny.
Well, I guess I'm the only one talking today. Oh, Mike is.
No,
Check 1, 2. Check.
Yeah, I hear you fine in my ears.
Yeah, I can
sound
hear
very
you.
muted to me, Mike.
Like
Nate's twice as loud as the other two of them.
All right, well, I'm going to turn him down.
Hold on.
What's up?
Let's
Oh,
try now,
Okay.
guys.
Check 1,
yeah,
2.
much better.
How about
Check
now?
1, 2. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
We good now?
Uh-huh.
All right.
Weird.
I think we got it fixed.
All right.
Welcome, everybody.
Beautiful.
All right.
What a beautiful thing. It's a good day.
Episode 1.
Nope.
11, 12, 12.
No, I meant in the complication.
Ah,
Yeah, it was a joke. I didn't catch it.
Nope.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to read comments and do stuff at the same time. PP's got to go.
You guys took my desk.
What? He just got here.
Oh, no. Good to go.
It's good to go. Okay.
Good to go. I hope that's what that means. Don't go away, PP.
All right.
All right.
I got my board back this week.
Yay.
Excited.
Are you ready? And we got the Tiberius Gibb show. There's a 1 in the episode number.
woohoo.
Okay. I don't know what that means.
Is it numbered wrong?
I don't know. Not sure.
Episode 12.
What do you mean, Ty Boomer?
This is season 1, episode 12.
Mm-hmm.
Season 1, episode 12. All right, let's go. Zoop.
All right.
PP said he's here whether we like it or not.
Are you guys ready?
I'm ready when you are.
Welcome to Life, Liberty, and Equip Podcast. I'm Greg Davis, founder of NeoMag and a firm believer that life is worth living boldly, liberty should be used for good, and we all have a calling to be equipped to pursue it. Every week, we explore what it means to live with intention and carry the tools and mindset that prepare us for whatever comes. We'll dive into topics around the freedoms we cherish, the gear we trust, and the skills that equip us. There's more than podcasts, it's a mission. Life, liberty, and equipped to pursue it. We're coming to you live on the Neomag YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook accounts today, and we'll be bringing your live comments into the conversation. If you're listening to the recorded podcast, you can catch us every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern and be part of the live. You can get involved with us on our Discord server. Link is in the chat and show notes. If you're part of the Neomag Insiders Club, you can log into your account and use code QUICKSHOT for 20% off until midnight tomorrow night, October 2nd. Insiders Club is free to join, and you'll get access to exclusive episodes, discounts like the one I just gave you, and more. You can sign up using the pop-up on our website at theneomag.com. Also hosting with me today is Tiberius Giblin.
What up?
Nate Hills.
Howdy.
And Michael Billings.
What's going on, everybody?
You guys ready to get started?
I'm always ready.
Oh, yeah.
Media assets.
Life isn't just the big moments, it's the everyday joys worth protecting. Family, friends, and community. Let's talk about what makes life rich.
All right. Don't need those yet.
You set them over there for me?
No. Yep.
No.
You took,
I was
you
like,
took my
oh,
little
right here.
desk right here, a little nightstand.
I'll have to get you another one.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing?
Good. I'm trying to type
I
things.
see Nate's feverishly typing. And
Sorry.
his face.
Multitasking.
So many things.
His face looks like he's like trying to figure out how to juggle for the first time.
Leave me alone.
Can't multitask.
Can't do it, but he's doing it. He's doing it, everybody. Well, welcome back to the podcast. I'm glad to be here. I just we all just kind of rushed in here. We normally get in here in plenty of time. I decided to take my dog for a walk, and got back in here way too soon. Nate was just working out, so he's all sweaty.
Indeed. That's true. It's an accurate statement.
Mike always looks a little lost.
I was doing something.
So
always looks
he
lost.
just generally looks a little lost at all times.
I'm shivering. It's
harsh.
freezing here. It's awful.
Why is it freezing? It is.
It's like
Perfect
50
weather.
degrees, man.
It is probably. So I just took my dog for a walk. I'm in jeans and a black shirt, and normally I would be sweating like crazy. The sun is really warm. It's probably like 75 or so, but sun's warm. And then in the shade with the breeze, it's like 65. Oh, it is perfect. And we're sitting in a closet inside right now doing a podcast.
We are in a closet.
Yeah, I haven't been outside since we got to work this morning, so I have no idea what it's like outside. It could
It's
be
a little
raining.
toasty in a corner.
Could be a tornado.
But it's cold in the shade.
Could be
You're not
snowing.
lying.
Awesome out there.
Who
Don't
knows?
say that bad word, Nate.
Snow.
Ooh,
No.
gross.
I'm in.
That's offensive.
Bring it on.
Margie agrees that it's beautiful outside.
Amazing. So let's start with Tib. What's going on with you, bud?
Oh, I have a lot going on. Helicopters are really, really cool. I
Yes,
wanted to
they
say that first.
Uh-huh.
I know we're going to talk about the aerial experience later, but I wanted to build up the suspense that helicopters are amazingly cool.
Ride in them.
Yeah,
Shoot
do
guns out of
things.
them.
Yes.
I mean, they're much
it-
less cool from the ground when you're just looking at
Yes,
them.
way less cool.
No, much cooler when you're in them. Yes. I'd also like to humble brag, if you guys don't mind. I'm excited that I hit 69,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah.
Woo woo.
I hit. That's maybe
Oh,
why I
boy.
was excited for that one. I also hit 11 million views
Wow.
as well, so that was cool. And then
Wow.
You're a big deal.
yeah, and then about an hour ago, I got a random phone call, and I almost didn't answer it because I didn't recognize the number. But I'm like, well, maybe it's a customer calling me and whatever. So I answered it, and it was walkers, the air protection walkers, and they were calling me to offer me a channel sponsorship.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, it was. Absolutely. I've had their Air Pro for a long time. They make good, affordable Air Pro, and they wanted to sponsor the channel. So I said yes.
Cool, dude.
Very
Yeah.
good.
So that's exciting. Few extra bucks, and promote a company I've been using for years. Walkers was actually my second YouTube video I ever made was on the Walker silencers. My first one was on the Neomag spare mag carrier years before I started working at Neomag. So
Are the Walker silencers, are those the in-ear ones, Tib?
Yep. Yeah, and they just came out with like their 4th version of them, and all 4 versions have gotten significantly better as time going on.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
super cool.
Yeah, very excited. I also have my, not that anyone cares, but my annual doctor's appointment next week on Monday. And I am 45 years old now. So you guys can laugh because that means when you turn 45 and you go to your annual, it's colonoscopy time.
Yeah.
And I am just so excited.
I think I should have a sound effect for this.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be fun.
Super, super excited. Yeah.
A rim shot.
Nope.
Not looking forward to it. And then
Imagine that for you as you're having a colonoscopy.
no, I don't want to hear that. Yeah, that's better.
There you go.
Right as I drift off to sleep, I hear the Freddie music or something.
Well, if you want to talk about it, I've had 2 of them, so we can go into more detail later.
Yeah, my wife has had one. She's a couple years older than me, so I got all the details that I don't want to know.
It's not that bad.
Yeah,
The prep's way worse.
I've heard.
Way worse. The actual, you just take a nice nap for the procedure. It's great.
Yeah, I like naps. And last thing I have, Nate, have you received your surprise yet?
I have not.
Oh,
I've been texting with your wife about it, actually.
I'm hoping it comes during the podcast. I should tell my wife to.
That would be great.
Amazon comes to bring it.
I sent Nate the best present in the history of presents. This is going to be life-changing for him. He may cry on the podcast if he gets it during the podcast.
He's been building this up all day.
It's like
Absolutely
stickers.
building this up all day. He said, I'm going to call him when it gets here. I don't think it's going to be a thing. I thought it was going to be work related. I don't think it's going to be work related. I think it's going to be lame.
You're going to cry when you get it.
I'm not going to cry. Not going to happen.
You're going to cry. I'm telling you.
Won't do
There will be tears.
No presents. What's going to happen? What is actually going to happen? Because now that I know it's from Amazon, it's going to be delivered at about 5 o'clock to our grill outside. Because if Amazon comes after we leave, for some reason,
No, it's not even after we leave anymore.
Well, that's true.
Most of the time, they just put it in the.
They put it in our grill. That is their delivery location. We never said that, but it will almost always get delivered to the grill. So that's where my present will be.
Our
left.
grill even knows how to sign for things. It'll
It
say
does.
signed by grill.
Yep.
That's a talented grill, boys.
Yep. The
It's
grill is
survived a lot of winners out there, huh?
it's a great grill. Does all sorts of things, including sign for Amazon packages.
Ah.
Yep. So
It's pretty nice.
That's why I know where to look for my packages.
now I'm just tempted if you get a delivery confirmation tib and says in the grill, I'm just gonna go out and turn the grill on.
You will be so disappointed if you do that.
Either way, you're gonna be disappointed. To be honest.
That's what I think.
Yeah, I was waiting on my package that never showed up.
And my wife just said that she will bring it back if Amazon comes while we're.
Well, there you go.
Oh, womp womp.
So Nate, what's going on with you?
Well, shocker. I'm camping again
Yay!
this weekend. We're going out. The campground that we're going to will have some really cool little kids activities this weekend. This is their Halloween themed weekend. So they have a bunch of activities for kids, including a trick or treat event. So if you have kids and you're camping at the campground, they can get dressed up and walk around the campsites, and a bunch of people will have their campsites decorated and give out candy to the kids, which is a lot of fun. This is also my son's birthday. So we asked him, what did he want everyone to dress up as that's going? Because we're going with some friends. My son's obsessed with Pokemon, so he wants everyone to go as Pokemon. So we're all dressing up as Pokemon. He's going as Ash, the trainer, because
He's got to be Pikachu. You have to catch him.
No. He has a Pikachu plush that he's going to carry on his shoulder the whole time.
Okay.
And then the rest of us are dressed up as Pokemon, except for my wife. For some reason, he wanted my wife to be Misty, the other trainer, and then everyone else has to be Pokemon. So we're all going as Pokemon and walking around the campground. He's super excited about it. Should be fun. It'll just be a good weekend. So we'll leave Thursday night, camp through Sunday, and I think for the most part, we'll just do the activities at the campground. The girls might slip away, and we're going to be up. There's a bunch of wineries where we're going. They may go enjoy some of the wineries while we hang out with the kids at the campground, that kind of thing. But it'll be a pretty chill weekend for the most part. Sounds like we got some friends that weren't sure if they were going to be able to take the whole weekend away, so they're going to drive up and just hang out for one of the days and just spend some time. So it should be a pretty relaxing weekend. But my kids are very, very excited about all of the Halloween activities themselves. That should be a lot of fun. So, but for the most part, that's it. We camped last weekend with my family. So we got back on Sunday, unloaded stuff out of the camper, washed clothes and all of that, and then immediately put it all right back in. So nice thing is we didn't have to do a whole lot of prep because we just did the prep. So it's just basically unload and reload. But we've been slowly putting food back in and all that other stuff. So we're basically already repacked up and ready to go. We just have to hook up on Thursday after work and head out the door. So it'll be pretty easy.
Awesome.
What Pokemon are you going to be?
I'm going to be Charizard.
Nice.
My wife is practically a professional cosplayer at this point because we didn't buy anything with the exception of my son's costume. We bought him an Ash costume just because it's his birthday and it'll be fun. But the rest of us, she just pieced together a bunch of stuff for costumes. So she bought like an orange shirt for me that she put a little like off-white belly on. If you know Charizard as a character, he's just orange with an off-white belly. And then she took bat wings from a previous year that they all wore, and she covered it in orange and teal duct tape to make his colored wings. And then she bought an orange hat that she put his fangs and eyeballs on. My daughter's going to be Jigglypuff. So she got him some little pink ears, and on a little pink fuzzy sweatshirt she made her face. She's going to carry around a little karaoke mic because Jigglypuff sings, I guess. Misty wears a yellow shirt and red suspenders. It's like the easiest costume in the world for Bethany. That's super simple. And then our friends are Snorlax, so purple shirt with like Z's on it.
Super easy.
Yeah, I can't remember what everyone is, but my wife has basically created everybody's costumes just out of like construction paper, duct tape, and t-shirts, and it should be fun.
Nice.
I don't know. That's what we wanted. That's what we're doing.
Yep.
So
I've never been so lost in a conversation. I have
Yeah,
no
I don't know anything that was just said.
I got you.
the only reason I know this stuff is because my son knows this
Yeah.
stuff.
Good for you.
That was a
Spring a lighter.
all that
So
was
you
a
can
different
flick it on.
language.
Yeah, I wouldn't do any of this if he didn't want to.
I think the word suspenders was the only thing I understood out of
Yeah.
it.
Like, suspenders.
I knew Pikachu. I've heard of him before.
I'm a little
Yeah.
dragon.
I've heard of Pikachu. I couldn't tell you what he looks like. If you put him in the
He's a
lineup.
yellow mouse.
Yellow. Yeah, yellow.
Oh, okay.
Shoots
So,
thunderbolts.
I'm a little orange dragon is basically what my character is.
Okay.
Yes, you are.
My daughter is a little pink round puff of a character.
Jigglypuff.
Bethany is a human. That's what Bethany is. Snorlax is like a big purple teddy bear that falls asleep, and then I don't remember what the rest of the characters are. So,
Okay.
they're just characters. It's nothing crazy. So,
Sounds great.
Sounds intense.
ooh, question: if you use a suppressor, isn't that censoring your gun's freedom of speech?
Ooh.
Touche.
That's a good question. I like that question.
Now I want to get rid of all my suppressors.
All my spam calls. Should I answer it and give them the?
No.
All right, I'll hang up on them.
Anyways, so this should be fun. It'll be a relaxing weekend. The trick or treating is one evening of it. The rest of it'll just be hanging out. So
Sounds lovely.
Yeah.
That'd be Mike. You didn't put anything on here, so
nothing in the show notes.
Nothing in
Yeah,
the show
sorry,
notes
I was
at
busy
all.
this morning
Okay.
getting prepped for everything. So we had ORD this past weekend. This was actually year number 5 for me with ORD. Year number 2 with Neomag. And for those of you that don't know, this is actually impartial to why I got the job with Neomag. I was there at the time that you guys were looking for.
it was convenient.
Yeah, you guys kind of liked me and decided to keep me. So now I'm as Tibbs says, the top 10 favorite. So working my way.
You're getting there. You're
Yeah,
getting there.
we're working my way down the numbers. But ORD was exceptional. The camaraderie, the fellowships, the amount of hugs, handshakes, high fives, and rounds spent. My ears were ringing. Half the time I got tired of wearing ear pro. I would take them off, and that's when a belt fed would go off. And it was just one of those things all day. I can't complain because against so many people came to the vendor booth. So many people shot the competition. We spent the first day with setup. I think we had more fun setting it up and shooting it ourselves.
It was fun getting set up.
But getting to shoot it, getting to see just everybody come out and challenge themselves. I mean, we had targets with pistols.
We're gonna just hold on. We're gonna get into all this.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So I'll skip
a little
ORD. The aerial was amazing with shooting out the helicopter, flying in the helicopter. And then I cut out to go to a shooting championship at our local gun club, DSS, which was absolutely amazing. Not a channel sponsor, but Scott, the owner of DSS, took care of me and the guys that were working both ORD and part of the championship. Got to shoot 6 stages in like 45 minutes. So by the time I was done, I was drenched in sweat, exhausted. Day 2, I had a little bit more time. I have to give credit to where it's credit's due. I had the most diverse squad of shooters. They were just all outstanding with their own respect to their classes and divisions, and they really pushed the envelope for us, because day 2 was like, okay, this is who I'm shooting up against. So I ended up finishing 3rd overall in carry optics out of the championship and 1st in my class. So it was a huge win for me just to end out the season. I think that's probably going to be the last match. Maybe I'll do one more local match if there's one that pops up, but probably my last match, last major for the year. Now it's just train, get ready for next season. So to come out with my first plaque, and we got a little championship trophy. So I wore it to the guys, like walking up to this bay. I was like, I'm a champion. Everybody lost it, had a blast. So the guys that we got to shoot with, the guys that I've got to shoot with all season, getting to shoot with you guys as well has been, I mean, it's been all for 2 years now, but it's been amazing. It's just you leave wanting to be a better shooter, a better competitor, but you also just have a blast. At the end of it, the cookout was worth it. It was worth doing 2 events in a short amount of time in one weekend. Yeah. But I had an absolute blast. So now it's just getting caught back up this week. We have so much ORD content, so much content that we're sifting through, preparing for what's to come. And then on the sadder terms, I have to go home this weekend. I had a death in the family, which it's now just a gathering for all of us to have a memorial and in remembrance of the life of my stepmom's mother. So I am sad that it's on these terms that I have to go home, but I'm also very much looking forward to getting to scoot down to Tennessee, see family. I would love to ease into the deer woods, Dad, if you're listening. Like, can we make it happen? But to have the chance to just to go home and see family, I'm really looking forward to that. Outside of the like 6 a.m. flight,
Sure,
so it's going to be a little chaotic getting to Cleveland and so forth. But that's what's going on this week. It's been a busy weekend and week ahead.
Yeah, I felt like most of what I had to share was ORD stuff. And one, I feel like we've kind of maybe beat ORD to death a little bit preparing for it, but we're also going to spend a decent amount of time just kind of talking about some of the things. I want to draw out some of the main things we can kind of take away in our Liberty segment about ORD. I'm excited about this. So I finally made a tattoo appointment. For a couple weeks. Oh, I'm very excited. I'm really I'm having him redo kind of the top half of my arm. Kind of that part was all pieced together over a number of years, and it's like way lighter than the bottom half. And so I'm just gonna have him kind of
touch it up,
blend things. The top of my arm needs to be, the cap wasn't done right back when it was first done. So there's gonna probably be a decent amount of work to do there, but I'm looking forward to just kind of getting that redone. And then I don't know, maybe I'll find something else to have done.
There's always something else.
Yes,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I didn't have a lot to share on my end, but I did want to. I do want to start because I know how much everybody loves these "Would you rather" questions. Mm-hmm. So I thought we would enjoy life. I'm going to shoehorn this in here. We're going to enjoy life by enjoying a "Would you rather" question.
This is a good one. Would
you rather your hands always be extremely sticky, or your feet always be extremely slippery? Oh, gross. What do you guys think? Live people, tell us what you think.
I don't know.
This one's Seems rough.
I'm just gonna have to go with a preference. I hate having anything in my hands, so I guess I'll just go with slippery feet because I don't know what it is. I don't like having sticky fingers and all that other stuff. So I guess I'll just go with slippery feet, but I don't like either one of them. There's not really a preference. There's not an argument for either one. I just don't like either one.
Yeah.
And I arguably don't like sticky fingers more than slippery feet.
I think it might depend on what your profession is. If you're like a football player, you're 100% you're going with sticky hands. You would never drop a ball.
But you're gonna have slippery feet.
I'm also not sure how you're gonna throw either,
or run.
Or run.
Well, but all right. So here's the
socks on.
obvious thing though is like you can wear gloves. I'm not sure how you get them off. But you can wear gloves,
They're permanent.
and you could wear socks and shoes. So like there are things you could do. But to me, I think I'm going with slippery feet. One, because I don't know, maybe it could be fun in the right time, right context. So you could like be slipping and sliding around. It'd be fun. But also I can put shoes on. I don't mind wearing shoes or socks all the time if I had to.
Yuck.
I would not want to wear gloves all the time.
Both of them are yuck. All of it's yuck.
Okay, hang on. So sticky hands, would it not hurt to peel anything off?
100%.
Right. And then slippery feet.
Yeah.
If I put socks on, would it not create the most ratchet, like
Gross.
bacteria, peely skin?
Well, here's the
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
just-
know what's making. Here's the thing. I don't know what's making your feet slippery, and I don't know what's making your hands sticky. Like, is it a substance that comes off, or is it just inherently
It's gross, bro.
very slippery?
It's a
it's
genetic abnormality, and you
in
just
the would you rather question, I agree with you, Nate. I don't want sticky hands, but I hate when my feet are sweaty and soaked, right? Because then it either gets hot and dries out and peels, or it gets super cold. My feet are freezing. So I think I would have to go with the sticky hands, because if I could put something on it that would permanently maybe adhere to my hands and they might not be sticky.
See, I like Dan's comment. My TISM would never allow either, but I hate sticky, so slippery 100%.
I don't want to slip and slide them, but to your point,
It could be fun too.
that
though.
would be like, just imagine like you're drifting with your feet.
Nope.
Yeah. All I can see
everywhere
is,
you go.
all I can see is that, or the stumbling until you wipe out every time.
You could go like water skiing out in the driveway right now. You could just grab onto something and just pull behind your feet. I don't know. I think it could be
good.
fun. But
I'm going with Mike on the sticky hands just because I don't want to agree with Nate.
Your present's dumb.
'Cause he doesn't like your present.
Your
if you-
present's dumb.
Your lack of excitement for your surprise disappoints me.
I'd say whoever has sticky hands, I would constantly be throwing things at you. Just always catch it. Like,
Or at some
Imagine
point
if
you
panic, put your
or
hand
say
in
at some
yourself.
point you just learn you can't try and catch it, so you're just getting hit
just
by
get
something
pelted
all
by
the time.
Like, hey, bounce a ball.
yeah, Dan said he'd be doing the risky business scene everywhere. Exactly. It'd be fun. Penguin says I'd never be able to wear Crocs without socks again.
Oh,
Life ender. Yeah.
Oh,
Is there water in them?
Crocs are awful, PP. No,
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
not true. No,
Crocs are
Crocs are
great.
amazing.
Crocs are awful.
No.
Wrong.
Unless you're a kid. Unless you're a kid.
listen. There's no argument that they're good looking,
No.
but they're super
Nobody wears them because
comfy.
they're fashionable.
I mean, people actually put those little Croc adapters on them. What are they called?
I don't know.
Those
This,
are like accessories.
Gibbets.
Oh, I have some of those on my Crocs in my office.
yeah, he's weird.
I have office Crocs.
So that's decoration.
Those
Those
office
are
Crocs have come in handy a number of times. I think I have a little hot sauce one. I think I have a guitar.
You need a Neomag one.
like-
Yeah, I've thought
Neomag.
about getting Neomag Croc. I forget what they call them. There's a name for those things.
Ew. I feel like Crocs would be the only thing you can wear without having to pour your shoes out after wearing them. Gross.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
See, again, I don't know if
You.
I hate this word, but are your feet secreting things that makes you slippery, or are they just inherently slippery? We gotta love the word secrete. Ugh.
I think we need to move on. This is just
Are your
gross.
feet
It's
moist?
going down a bad road.
So Dan said Tib obviously doesn't have chicken. He does have chickens though.
I
You
do
can
have
usually hear him in the background.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
Crocs make cool shoes.
he meant coop shoes.
Cool
Cool
shoes.
shoes. Okay.
Yeah, I just have the same pair of sneakers I wear out every time. So
Somebody's comment was, oh boy. There's a little thing. This message has been is held for review. And Penguin said the word moist. I like how YouTube blocked the word moist.
The word moist. Wow.
Wow.
Wow, YouTube. Wow.
Wow.
I'm not surprised.
All right, let's
All right, let's ready to move on.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Hold on.
Liberty isn't about what we can get away with. It's about how we use our freedom to serve. Let's explore what that looks like today.
All right. So, I feel like we've talked about ORD the last 2 weeks. So part of me feels like we're beating this thing to death. However, we have now been there and done it, and now we actually have things to share from it. The past couple weeks have been like prep for it. We had Rick from Achilles Heel Tactical who puts puts the event on 2 weeks ago. If you haven't listened to that, I highly recommend you go and check that episode out. I think it's actually our most listened to podcast episode right now. So go check that out. And the last week we just kind of talked about the prep for it a little bit, I think, but it was a great event. Just a lot of fun, lots of new faces, a handful of very familiar faces. It's just always good to see people again. Like Mike was saying, the community, the camaraderie around it is just so fun. It's so good. And there's people that you missed, that you don't get to see. But at the same time, you're meeting more people. And so that's good. So that was actually, so I have kind of 3 takeaways from ORD that I thought we kind of spend a little time talking about. The first one is the community part of it. Getting face to face with supporters, seeing old friends, making new friends, and getting to spend time with Sentinel. So Rick had mentioned this when he was on Sentinel Foundation. Go check them out. We'll try to put the link in the show notes and everything. We as the event raised money for them and awareness. They fight child trafficking, sex trafficking around the globe, not just here in the U.S. It sounds like actually mainly kind of abroad, but they are also doing it here. I plan on having 1 or 2 of them from the foundation come on the podcast. I need to work with getting them scheduled on because I think it would be fantastic for you guys to hear directly from them. So I'm not going to get super deep into talking about what they do, other than it is extremely important work, and we as NeoMag are gonna are looking at some ways to help support them. As they're definitely doing the Lord's work out there, saving kids, giving them a second chance. So it was just really cool to raise money for them. And one of the ways we did that was by shooting clays in the dark.
Hang on, how's our shoulders?
Yeah, I was pretty bruised after this. So I shoot shotguns a lot, but my competition over under, I can shoot 500 rounds in a day and not even have a remotely sore shoulder. I shot maybe 100 rounds through this thing.
Come on, I think we shot a little bit more than that.
It was 10. So it's like you have eight rounds in a round, like 8
in a tube.
8 shells in a tube. And I probably shot 10 to
They kept calling us
12
back,
rounds. Yeah, we kind of just eventually the line cleared out, and it was just like when the dust settled, it was me, Mike, Rick,
Shane was the ORD, the tall guy with
the beard, and Shane. There was like 4 of us, and we just kept handing the shotgun off to. If you go to the NeoMag Instagram account, you can see a video of me shooting some clays in the dark. Super cool. They big black lights, and they're throwing clays that glowed really bright. But we're shooting with like tactical shotguns.
Yes,
like Beretta 1301s, wasn't it?
Something like that. Yeah, I mean they're basically short barreled shotguns, and in my
pumps.
world of shooting shotguns, that is the worst thing that you can try to shoot at clays. But it was fun
with red dots
that you had to try to ignore. But I'm curious how much we actually raised. I'm sure it was a lot over the whole weekend. But yeah, I mean, Nate, you didn't come this year, but you've been to them before, so you know the vibe and so Michael and Tim, like, what did you guys think just about the vibe and just your experience of being there and the community aspect of it? Maybe you want to start?
Yeah, this is my second year going, and I've been to a lot of other somewhat similar range type events. And this one, everyone is always a lot more excited and a lot more positive and upbeat and happy. And there's a lot of repeat faces, which is cool. And I love that. You have to apply to go to this event, as Rick said, and you have to be chosen. So they kind of, if you're like a very, very new beginner, this isn't necessarily the event for you because they're teaching higher level classes, so there's some really good shooters there, and just watching some of these guys shoot is like super, super impressive. A lot of skills.
Yeah.
And some struggling too, but a lot of skills. And I think more than anything else, the thing I take away from it is, like you said, the community more than anything else.
Yeah, there is a vibe to the event, and I don't think I really. So I've been to all of these, and I maybe I didn't really notice in the past or whatever, but I think it's maybe because I've been to some other events now. But the vibe at just the general vibe of ORD is just different than it was different than the event in Texas that we were at. Just some of the shooting events were just the whole thing. I want to say party because that makes it sound like it's not separate, but it just like, I don't know, the whole vibe of the whole thing is just a lot more relaxed. Everybody's there.
They're excited to be there.
Yeah, they are. It's like it's vacation with guns. Is what it feels like.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, you have to think about the scale of the event, and just how big it's grown from the beginning to where it is now.
Huge, yeah.
But there's camping, there's bonfires, there's cigar lounges. These are all after the training day, after the vendors. The vendors, a majority of the vendors, they continue to come back. NeoMag has gone back every year. So it is a big camaraderie and fellowship with the same companies that we probably get to see more often than some of the consumers do, being that we go to so many events. But there's just so much into that. And then you have so many outside instructors that bring their RSOs, their team. So that's where it does. It's just, it's an event. And I think one of the things we were talking about and mentioned is like, you should have a band. You should have a concert the night before.
Concert.
So just because everything leading up to it is like, here's our mag dump, here's our vendor day, our fun competition. This is us all hanging out and having fun. And then come Saturday morning when we kick off, like it is straight. We're going training, and they train until midnight, past that. Sometimes they definitely surpass the time that they're probably supposed to shoot. Good thing for suppressors in that regard. But for me, yes, absolutely. It's year number 5. Kind of like a recap. I got hired at ORD with NeoMag. So got to give credit to Rick and Achilles Heel Tactical for that one, for hosting an event that allowed me to grow and excel in the industry that I love so very much. The friendship, the fellowship, again, everybody was happy. Even pulling shots, throwing shots, missing steel. People were giving each other a hard time, but also there in the corner supporting each other and saying, do it again, let's go again. And NeoMag's competition was not just a shoot a steel target at 10 yards standing static. It was a one reload one and shooting steel. I mean, tiny style steel.
We had a 6-inch gong at like
34 yards.
Yeah, 35 yards.
And in your IPSC, I mean, we had to be close to 100 yards that they were shooting from unorthodox positions.
Which you also had to shoot. So that little gong, I had the hardest port in the board to shoot from. You basically had to lay down. And the ground there is just like silica, sand, rocky type stuff.
Sticky sand.
Sand,
yeah. And so I never let anybody really just stand flat foot and shoot in our bay. There's always movement. There's always shooting from really tough positions. So so we can actually kind of use this as the segue into my point too, which is I wrote down shooting skill or lack of. Overall, I was blown away at the level of shooters that were there.
Mm-hmm.
I think our second guy through for the day shot a perfect on the 5 target. So just to give a little input or just to kind of explain our drill. So basically it was a 1-on-1 on steroids. You had to start your first shot was on the beat, draw out, shoot. Target was maybe 10 yards away, like easy. But you'd be surprised how many people miss that target when they hear it go off and their mind goes blank. and they just draw a gun out and they just shoot and as fast as they can. When we gave people a 10-second par time,
There's plenty of time.
plenty of time. So people draw out and they try to burn it down, and it wasn't missed a lot, but it was missed more than you would think. And then you had to get in position to shoot. So I color coded the port and the board to the color of the target downrange. And the easier the port, the easier target. The harder the port, the harder the target. So so targets 2 through 6. The one target was your first shot. Targets 2 through 6 got increasingly more difficult in size of target and distance. At one point for the championship, our 5 target, well, our 6 target got moved back. What'd Joey say? 50 yards, I think. And our 5 target was like 65 yards or something like that.
They were far.
They were out there, and you're shooting. You're either laying prone or you're doing a crunch trying to shoot. Like, yeah.
And the 5 target was in the shade. You were shooting from the sun, but the target was way in the shade, and that made like a.
And it was green, and like a green background. It was hard to see. But I was blown away at the skill level. We had multiple people come through. We had 6 people shoot it perfect. So we did 5 rounds of 1 reload 1, and you got to choose whatever second target you wanted. So a perfect score was going to be a 35. You shot the 1 and then the 6. So the max you get was 7 points per round, and you had 5 rounds. So a perfect score was a 35. The first people that came through just shot a perfect round on the 5, and that's what I was saying. The second guy that came through shot a perfect just on the 5, and then once people realized, okay, I got to start going for the 6, then we had people start going like some 5s, and then they would go to the 6. Whatever. Well, eventually 6 people went through and shot the 1 and the 6 perfect 5 times out of 5, which we know some instructors that have some drills where you have to do it on repeat. Like I know Donovan has a drill where like to get his coin, you don't just do it once. You have to do it twice, because doing it once could be lucky. Doing it twice is no longer lucky. To do it 5 times, we're having people dive into the sand on the ground and make a shot. And 10 seconds sounds like a lot, but it's a little spicy. Like to take your one shot, get down, get in position, find the target with your gun, because you're laying on your side and your shoulders in the dirt, and there's the port I think measured 4 by 6 inches, so it's not
small. Yeah,
it was tiny.
It was small.
Yeah,
and,
right at the timer.
Yeah,
go ahead, Tim.
How about the kid who did it strong hand only?
Yeah, Justin.
Yeah, he was that was insane. Yeah,
very, very consistent.
Yeah, and so that said, I do want to talk about, and I'm not going to sell any one person out, because there were multiple people that came through, and even to give them credit, there were multiple people that came by, looked at our drill, and just went nope, and just kept walking. So I'm not going to bury the people, who I was a little disappointed that there were some people. I was very disappointed in the people that looked at it and just went nope and kept walking. Like, come on, we're not making you do something painful or really all that messy. I mean, nobody had was full of sand when they you stand up and you brush it off, so it wasn't that bad. So, but there were a lot of people who looked at it and said no. So with that said, I was also surprised how many people did not shoot it well at all.
That were good shooters, though.
That are great shooters. That are great shooters. Like who I would not want to go head to head with flat-footed, who would burn me down, and at a match, I will say would destroy me. So I'm putting this in some context. They're great shooters in some context, but I think one of the things I want to kind of talk about is like, what are we doing as a community? What is USPSA doing to actually challenge people? Right? Because like a lot of this is defensive minded, right? There are different fields of training and thought, right? Like there is competition, and then there is defensive, and there is like a mix in like USPSA and IDPA are supposed to be defensive minded, right?
IDPA more or less is the defensive. Is where you have to have a jacket or a coat, and you have to sweep it to
Right.
clear a garment.
Yeah.
USPSA not so much in the defensive. It is strictly sport.
It was born from defensive though, right? Like you're shooting dipstick targets, which are human shaped, and there's
Yeah, that I don't know. I couldn't tell
Yeah.
you the background on USPSA as I'm still new in
It's
the
not
sport
now.
myself.
no, it's not now. It's,
I mean,
it's definitely just
it
a
may not.
game.
It may have started there, but it's IDPA still plays the game,
right.
even though I wouldn't say that it probably is. But USPSA, even if it started that way, it's definitely not now.
Which one wears the silly vest?
That's IDPA.
That's IDPA.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
You have to clear the garment.
Yeah.
IDPA, the few matches that I did IDPA, they were a lot more of seated positions or things where you had to drop something to then
Yeah.
activate something or pull something like you're turning on the nightstand. So they kind of, their stage brief or plan was to kind of get you in that thought process of like, all right, you're sitting in a chair, you have to react to contact coming
Right.
in the door, and that's the activator to begin the stage. Whereas USPSA, I haven't seen a defensive standpoint or training, but I do think there is a healthy cross with USPSA and tactics. If that's kind of the conversation we're leaning on. For me personally, I see some of the best shooters are USPSA shooters in the regards of time, speed, and accuracy. And if you equate that back to a defensive scenario, those are probably the top three things that I'm going to weigh on as the most crucial for me to either walk away or prevent a life, stop a life, or take a life. Right. So where there can be nuances, just as tactics can be nuances for people coming in for competition side of the house, is, you know, I don't have a 180 rule in the defensive world or in a world that we're in the environment consistently, whereas USPSA does. I don't necessarily reload with a full magazine or a half spent magazine. I might initiate a tack reload. And there's habits that come from dry fire that I did all weekend, even in the competition, because I was working reloads, I would catch my mag. So what did I do naturally in my competition? As I'm full speed sprinting, I'm catching my mag, trying to stow it, telling myself I don't need to do that. So where the training comes in, I think it's important. But USPSA is, from my solid year of really putting some time into it, is more on stance positioning, movement into positioning, speed of accuracy or volley of fire at speed, and accurately getting those rounds on target. So entering and exiting positions, and then the speed of shooting.
Yeah, it's
consistently and
it's a
accurately,
game.
right?
That,
Right.
yeah, and so that's not necessarily the direction that I was wanting to go down. But just in general, if we are going to carry, we should be able to shoot in other positions than standing flat-footed with both hands on the gun.
But do we train that?
Right, and that's and that became very clear. It was very clear who trains that and who does not train that.
Right.
At ORD when people came to our shoot, our competition, and
urban supine, prone, and shooting one knee, do a little
shooting crouch. I'm just shooting crouch. Like the gun is not, you know, when you're shooting standing flat footed, the gun is always basically the same distance from your face. Well, sometimes when you get down in these rare positions, the gun is
your presentation.
It's closer to your face. Yeah. So aiming a gun from here, 6 inches from my face and a foot from my face is very different. Especially then you start getting kind of cockeyed on the as you're shooting from your side and stuff like that.
The can't and the holdovers messed up a lot of people.
Yeah. I mean, shooting something. So that 6-inch gong, people that thing almost fell over by the end of the day because people were shooting the wood just underneath the target. Well, it's because most people were laying on the left-hand side because they're mostly right-handers wearing outside the waistband stuff. Everybody there is in full kit for whatever reason. So you have everybody laying on the left-hand side and they're shooting just like an inch below the bottom of this gong. So people would stand up like, I don't know why I'm missing there. I'm like, well, you're missing left. Like, what are you talking about? You're missing left. Like, no, I'm hitting below it. I'm like, but you're shooting on your left-hand side.
Mm-hmm.
You're missing left. And so, so then people kind of started figuring out their holdover or just like, oh yeah, I am shooting left. That's a weak hand thing, which guess what? Your weak hand is going to get messed up when you're laying on your left arm. Like just all these things change when you're out of position. So it was a good reminder for me personally to make sure that I'm continuing to train shooting in these in these weird positions. And there's times where our range that we go to DSS is gravel and rusty
casings
everywhere. And
Mhm.
there are times where we're like, I don't really want to lay down and
Not
shoot.
today. Yeah. Well, that's something we even brought up in one of the recent podcasts was what are we doing in dry fire and some of the things that we can implement. It is one of the things that I mentioned in conversation with you guys was, well, are we dry firing from a seated position, right? Because a lot of times we're sitting in a car, sitting at a desk, sitting at home. Are we getting the repetition there? Because we may not take into consideration when we're seated, we're actually cutting half of our body off in regards to my stance, my ability to mitigate recoil, right? To take that impulse coming back. So it's, am I strong in my grip? Do I have the appropriate pressure and so forth to then be able to handle that? So that's one of the things that I think not a lot of us do train. I think you saw that a lot. I saw it a lot from guys that would be right-handed shooters with outside the waistband, and maybe that's not wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong, but laying on the right side, then you're burying sand, dirt, debris inside of your holster, and those are things that can potentially be a ND or something when you're going back to holster. So things from a standpoint of thinking safely, and then can I proficiently shoot now left-handed because all my equipment's on my right side. But those are things that you can take into consideration in the training. And honestly, the guys that were shooting, wow, they crushed it from inside the waistband. I was more impressed than outside the waistband.
There was one guy that I could think of that was from IWB. Can you think of more than one?
Yeah, so Santi, Tactical Santi,
That's right,
Santiago, and then Jim Koopman, he runs inside the waistband.
So I think we had 3 people
Yeah, there's not very many
out of 200.
But seeing that was the most impressive because a 10-second part time now, give them a little bit of a lag behind, right? Where they got to clear the garment, get the gun up, and then to reload, they have to clear the garment. And those guys were proficiently moving quickly.
Yeah, they did great.
And that's where we did see some of the competition shooters were solid, but the police officers, the New Jersey sharpshooters, they were outstanding. I mean, they came in. It looked like they'd been training in their equipment, not just tossing their equipment on for the first time and saying, I've got 1,000 rounds plus with my gun, but first day using my belt.
Yeah.
It looked like they really came in.
There's a lot of boys from Jersey there. And
There were, and they could shoot.
Yeah.
And girls.
And
We can't
girls.
exclude the girls.
No,
The girls, just the girls in general.
Wow.
the girls can shoot.
Yeah.
My encouragement for everybody, especially those at ORD, is go work from concealment and work a VTAC board.
Yes.
Just do it. I know it might not necessarily be, be super sexy and everything like that, but gosh, like that is, if you carry a gun, then training for 3 days straight wearing full kit is not helping you, and shooting flat-footed in full kit is the complete opposite of what you're probably going to have to do if something goes weird. So,
and off-body carry. I mean, not to highlight just our products like the Alias hook and loop or anything, but if you're going to carry outside of a battle belt on the range, like get those reps in utilizing it and then change it up. Like if you're doing in the waistband and you're confident in your ability, there's probably times that you may carry on the hip or you may carry in a pack. Have that ability to go out and dissect the errors, fix the problems, adjust your equipment, and get the dry fire. Honestly, the best explanation I could do to dry fire is I won my championship in my division and placed high overall because after my major, I spent nothing but this last month, every single day dry firing, and it paid off when I went to compete. So having that ability or having the equipment's great, but having that ability to then utilize that equipment and to your benefit, not having, where's my mag? And it's now in your pocket, not on a battle belt thought process.
Yeah. So again, there's nothing wrong with training in full kit. There's nothing wrong with shooting flat foot all the time. That's 99% of what we do as well. This is just as much for me as it is challenging those who were there and also anybody who wasn't there, but also carries a gun, is training with what you carry, how you carry, and go work a VTAC board, go just work on some some odd positions. You never know what kind of situation that you're going to find yourself in. And Yeah. So, and then the last thing I came up with, me and I pitched this one to Nate earlier too, and he got kind of wound up about this one too. So I'm hoping he gets wound up again. My last point is fun with guns. So we did. There's the annual mag dump. If you haven't seen the video of the mag dumps,
It's ridiculous.
it is ridiculous. This
In
year,
the best way possible.
exactly. There are over several hundred people lined up with rifles. The handguns always make me laugh. With full auto miniguns, AKs. Was there a Modus there? I don't know. There's just like
they had
pyrotechnics.
249s, 240s,
yes,
saws, MP5s,
yeah, 240 saws it. Yeah,
flamethrowers.
there was a flamethrower this year. I looked down the line and saw that. And I'm like, what is going on? How did I miss the flamethrower here?
You couldn't miss it in the video. It blinded everything.
It started out with a mushroom cloud of fire. Just ridiculousness.
Big boom.
Thousands of rounds fired off. It lasted what, 2.5 minutes?
I have a video of 2 minutes and 49 seconds.
Almost 3 minutes of gunfire.
People just wouldn't stop reloading, and then pistols came out, and then like the flamethrower got refueled, and then the minigun kicked back online.
Yeah, minigun kept going, and just no purpose for this other than because we can.
America.
Imagine being one of their neighbors.
Oh yeah.
Being like, what is going on?
What is going on?
Well, the fireball by itself, if you were not anticipating that event and went outside when that went off, and the fireball that went straight up in the air, 'cause it's not a firework, it was literally a fireball that went straight up in the air, that would terrify you.
They said there were like hundreds of gallons of fuel detonated.
I hope nobody had nods on when that
explosion.
happened.
What's that, Tid?
I hope no one had nods on when that went off.
Well, that's honestly why I didn't wear mine. Like, I was going to, and then I was like, oh wait, there's gonna be fireballs and you know. So, and then all day long, to our chagrin, is full auto stuff just being rattled off. Parker Mountain machine is a couple tents down from us. They have a bunch of full auto stuff sitting out. The full auto 50 was the most obnoxious thing, I think. One of the coolest things, but also one of the most annoying things for us. Actually, Joey, that was with us, he has an ear infection now, and he thinks it's just because of that constant impact from the full auto. And so that was just, and again, all of this, we're just shooting at a wall. We're shooting at nothing. There are targets downrange, but nobody actually cares. There's just bullets skipping off of everything. We shot clays, and then we did the aerial experience, which I already kind of alluded to. Tay, what was it like for you? It was your first time doing this?
Man, I don't know how to describe it. So this is my first time in a helicopter, I believe. I don't think I've ever been in a helicopter. And we were shooting suppressed. Not that it really mattered. The helicopter's so loud, but you get, locked into the helicopter, and the driver flies around, and you see all these targets set up in the empty field. And then Greg was right next to me in the helicopter, and we had like 5 magazines each, I think. And we just let it rip. And I had like, not flashbacks, but like visions of Vietnam shooting out of a helicopter. And I don't know how to describe it besides just saying it was the coolest thing I've ever done. I don't think I've ever done anything cooler than that. Just the only way to make it cooler is if there was pigs running around.
Right. Yeah.
That would be cool.
Bacon.
Yeah. But it was harder than I thought to hit the steel targets down there. You could definitely, like Greg said, you could definitely walk your shots in, but as you're walking them in, the helicopter's moving a little bit, even though he's kept it pretty steady. So it was a challenge, but it was just so fun. I didn't even care how many hits I got.
Yeah, it is the coolest thing to be sitting on the edge with your legs dangling out of a helicopter as it's flying around. It's
that alone.
You do it with a plane now.
That alone is just always the coolest. That's the second time that I've done this. That is just the coolest thing, to let your legs dangle, like while it's banking. When it banks is my favorite. Just so cool. And I also think the fact that, like, I had no fear about whatsoever. And like we are tethered, but I'll be honest, if you were to roll out of that thing, it would not be great.
You're gonna be.
It would not be a
dangling
great
little bit.
situation.
Yeah,
You'd be hanging from your belt.
It's gonna be uncomfortable.
And I'm just hoping that now, like I'm wearing a 2-layer, like an inner outer battle belt when I do this. It's not going to let go or anything like that, but it would not be a good situation to be dangling from your belt. What's like 100 feet off the ground is, like at one point.
Yeah.
So
you got it.
But again, like no fear. I'm just so excited, and it's just such a cool experience. Joey, it was his first time ever doing it as well, and just watching Tib and Joey just soaking in their experience made it all worth it.
His smile just told you.
Oh yeah, he had a grin from ear to ear.
He loved it.
Yeah, he was just talking about how he had butterflies leading up to it, and it's, like we were standing there, and he looks at his watch, and he was like, "My heart, it's like 85 right now." And I'm just standing there.
Oh man, yeah, it's so much fun. The strafing was a blast. Bill, the pilot, is an amazing pilot. And when he got some speed, some airspeed up, and tilted the bird, that was absolutely wonderful. All I could think of the whole time is like, I just want to skydive, just like take me up to altitude and throw me out. Like if he could just turn, bank hard, and just let me launch out. But the shooting, it's if you're not familiar with helicopters, there's a lot of downwash or rotor wash, right? So when you shoot, that was one thing that they were stressing is like, don't cant your gun, right?
Yeah, you had to be a little conscious of that.
Being conscious of the rounds and where they go, but it does have a little bit of effect with shooting too. So it's something to take into consideration. Granted, I was watching you guys, even with as loud as it was, and brass hitting me from you trying to film you guys were plinking steel. Like it was just ting, ting, ting. So to see you guys shoot it, to be in there with a camera in one hand, the metas in the other, an iPhone in another, like filming you guys from 3 different angles, it was absolute blast. But seeing at the point, I wish I would have just stopped shooting just to look at Joey, because I could see just ding, ding, just rounds going, and like I could hear mags and bolts locking back, and I'm like, man, I've only shot 4 shots. Like, Joey, we just got started.
Yeah.
So absolute epic experience.
But I think there's this is what me and Nate were talking about the other day, is like there's this mentality in our industry sometimes of that, like, guns are serious, and every round that goes down a range should be accounted for on, for perfection. And what's your take on it?
Yeah. So don't get me wrong. We need to train. You just talked about that. We need to train. We need to be proficient with the way we carry, blah, 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 all that stuff. And none of that's not true, but guns are fun, and we can have fun with guns. In this case, you guys had fun with guns in a helicopter. You guys had fun with guns in the mag dump, which was literally just dumping as many rounds as you could at a big sandstone wall. The reason that I'm into guns is because I had fun as a kid with a 22 shooting cans and full of water and soda and that kind of stuff, just watching them explode. And I think as an industry, we so frequently miss the joy of shooting as just something fun to do. We miss the opportunity to bring people into this as an activity, because we miss that part. We miss the opportunity to show people, like, this is not just something to be super serious about, that, oh, I'm going to protect life, I'm going to protect everything. Yeah, that's a part of it. It's not that we don't take that seriously. In fact, if you've spent any time talking to anybody, any of us, that is a serious part of this, but it's also fun. And if we forget that, then what's the point? The reason that I do what I do is because somebody said, hey, here's a 22, go shoot and have fun. Go out to your friend's grandfather's farm and shoot 22s at a pond. Go throw things into the pond and shoot the pond.
That was a blast, wasn't it?
That was always fun as a kid. These are the things that I'm going to take my son out and get him into, is shooting stuff with a 22, just having a good time. And I feel like we forget that so frequently, because, like, all right, we're going to be super into USPSA, which is not a bad thing, but we're going to be super into USPSA. So we're going to have all our gear. We're going to dry fire to make sure we do this. Or we're going to only participate in classes to make sure that we're the best defensive shooter in the world. Or we're going to only make sure that we're the best cops. So we're going to only train to engage in our way of being a cop. All of those are important, but let's also just go down and burn things down at the range once in a while, just to do that, to have fun and have some joy behind it. Because if we're not doing that, then what's the point?
Yeah. Multiple things can be true at the same time.
Yeah, you can take something seriously and have fun with it. That's the point. I don't own guns just to be super serious and train with them. That's a part of it.
Yeah.
I own guns because I like guns and I like to shoot, and there's joy behind it. I also don't show people guns because I'm like, I want you all to be super well equipped. Sure, I want everyone to be well equipped. I want everyone to be safe. But I show people guns because I want to see their face light up when they can shoot something and it blows up, and that's fun. Yeah. That's why I take people to the range. That's why you set a thing of tannerite down at the end of the range and it blows up. They're like, oh, cool, look at it blow up. I'm like, yeah, wasn't that cool? Wasn't that fun? They're like, man, now I want to buy a gun. I'm like, yeah, you're not saying you want to buy a gun because you want to go out and defend yourself. You're saying you want to buy a gun because it's fun to shoot guns.
It's fun trying to, first time you see somebody break their first clay pigeon, just.
Yeah, those things are fun.
Everybody's eyes lights up. It blooms like the pigeons.
And
so,
or even better, Nate, you stick a tannerite stick on the back of your buddy's target and don't tell him.
Right.
So when you shoot,
I mean, but any of those things, I think,
fun.
I think that's missed so frequently. Everyone's so serious about shooting. And again, there's a place and time for all of that. I'm not going to discount training and taking training seriously, because we do that. We train a lot. We practice a lot, and we take that seriously. But then also there's times just to go and enjoy the thing. Enjoy the gun, have fun with it, not do it unsafely.
No, yeah. I mean, safety is always
safety is always, but
safety
have
is number one.
Fun. Go set up a bunch of watermelons and pumpkins and
pumpkins.
Or we did a video. This was years ago where we brought a Christmas tree to the range and we shot the ornaments off the Christmas tree.
That was fun.
Like.
That
was there
sounds
any
like a blast.
Was there anything serious about that? Absolutely not. But it was so much fun. We unloaded. It was me, Greg, Dusty, and Corey. So this would have been like 4 years ago, and we set up the Christmas tree with all of the ornaments, and it was just, let's see.
I put chalk inside of
so
a bunch of them, so they would have
so it'd have a big effect. It was super fun. That's the point. So at times, just take the serious face off and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, for the mag dump, then look at the amount of people, the amount of gear and equipment, from suppressor, night vision, belt feds, flamethrowers to pistols, transitions, and everybody was safe. There was not a single injury on the line. And you have to take into consideration the amount of brass flying. Even Joey, he's like, look at this video, because I showed him our video from it. And he's like, you can see the second round, it just flew right into me. And he's like, I just shook it off and kept going. It's like, because he was cognitively aware of what he needed to do to be safe. But again, like to your point, everybody was just dumping rounds at as fast as their finger could keep up with the bolt of the gun.
Funny. Right? When you see like the overhead video of it, you see rounds like hitting the ground and skipping off, and they're like just rounds. I'll be honest, I tucked my gun in my armpit and try to just like
Tommy gun it, right?
Yeah, it was
fire.
But again, it's just fun. It's just fun. And don't forget that you're allowed to enjoy your guns, allowed to just go out and not always have to be super serious and super crazy, nutsy. I'm going to train super hard and I only can get A-zone hits and blah, blah, blah. That's important. Just go have fun. Yeah. Go set up some target and destroy it.
Even better, bring somebody who's never shot a gun before and go do that.
Yeah,
and don't take the new gun person and be super serious, because that's no fun.
Yeah.
That's or don't put a 50 cal in their hands for the first time.
That too.
They'll put a 12 gauge in their hands and they never shot a gun before. Like Nate said, there's nothing more fun than a brick of 22 rounds and a couple cases of cheap Walmart soda.
Yeah, and just
that is a great time.
I mean, sinking the bottles in the pond, that was a childhood dream.
Go get a bunch of cardboard and just punch holes in it until your heart's.
Balloons are my favorite, actually.
Popping.
You can buy a bunch of balloons for nothing.
Yeah. Anything that reacts.
Yeah.
And a 22. 22s don't kick. Super easy to shoot. Super cheap to shoot.
Not loud.
And just go to town. It's super easy, super fun. It's just joyful. Go have joy with your guns and enjoy them. Again, training is important, but fun is just as important. And if you're trying to introduce people, I actually would argue that it's much better to get people into this industry by having fun with them than being like, I'm a super serious trainer guy, and if you want to learn how to shoot, come with me. That's intimidating. People don't want to be intimidated.
Well, that's it's more better. I had to say that because it's funny, but it's intimidating because people are already afraid coming into it, or they look at somebody and be like, wow, you're such a skilled shooter. I'm not there. I don't want to come train because I'm intimidated by your skill set because it's not equivalent to where I'm at. And I'm afraid of guns to begin with. It's like, hey, no. We may have dedicated years of our lives to this to get to this point, but we all started somewhere. So actually go have fun. Yeah, absolutely. Get out and go shoot. Don't break your phone. Don't drop your phone. Be safe in the process, but enjoy it. I mean, I don't think any of us would be working here if we didn't enjoy what we did and what we do in the industry. And it is a lot of work, but
and it ultimately is what made Ohio Range Day just so much fun. I think it's why everybody was in such a good mood and just enjoyed the time, because there was time to be serious and to shoot competitions and to train. There was also time just to let loose, mag dump, shoot from helicopters, set things on fire, sit around fires, smoke cigars, drink whiskey. Just, it was a
camp.
Oh, and then to me, like, one of the coolest things, unfortunately I wasn't able to be there this year for it. Badger did a church service on Sunday morning, and I watched his talk, his sermon the other day. He did a great job. The turnout for it, I thought was great. There were probably, just from what I could see in the one angle of the video, there were maybe 20, 30 people there.
That's awesome.
So I thought that was awesome. Next year, I'm going to bring my guitar, and we're going to add another element to it. And so, yeah, I'm just, to me, that was just kind of another cool part of the, it just kind of goes back to my first point, just of the community of it, that people were willing to be bold and get together and worship. So that was cool. All right, you guys ready to move into equipped? Let's go.
The right tools, the right skills at the right time. This is where we get equipped to live boldly and be ready for what comes next.
We'll try.
Tib has some too. So we asked Tib. Tib, your most recent video was on this product, right?
Yes, on these two, yes.
Cool. What? Why don't you hit it?
All right. So I think everyone knows pistol compensators and ports on pistols is still like the hottest thing. And I think the two best compensators for specifically the 365 is the Parker Mountain Machine, which I have here on the screen. And then this one here is the Radian Weapon. So on Sunday, I released a video comparing two of them. And Greg asked me to give a quick comparison, a quick summary of it. I'm not going to go into crazy detail and bore you guys. If you want more details, you can go check out the video. And I think Nate's going to be nice enough to drop that link in the chat or comment section or whatever. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. So anyway, the Parker, well, first, the big thing about both of these, if you have a standard size slide on your 365 and you add one of these comps, it's going to sit flush on that 3.7 inch frame. So if you have like an X macro frame or anything like that, one of these comps with the regular 365 slide will sit flush. I can't show you because YouTube and rules. And sorry, you can see it all over my Instagram. So the Parker Mountain Machine and the Radian, I think as far as recoil reduction, they're somewhat similar. The Radian might be a little bit better, but they're both fantastic there. The big difference is the Parker Mountain Machine threads on. So think of it very similar to a muzzle device on a rifle. If you ever put one of them on, it's very similar. It comes with a bunch of 3 different size spacers, and you just have to play around with the spacers to figure out the timing to get the comp to sit perfectly vertical. So it's not a very difficult install, but it does take a little bit longer. And if you have to take it off for some reason, you kind of got to repeat that process. The beauty of the Radian, and I hope you can see that screw right there. Again, I don't want to take it out. I don't know how YouTube will react, but the cool thing about that screw is, one, the screw does not need any Loctite. It's a tapered screw, excuse me. So the way it's designed, one, you don't need Loctite, and taking this thing on and off is simple. So you just take that screw out, and then the barrel automatically will key itself on. The shape of the barrel has like a V on the top. I don't know if you can see it. And the the comp has that same shape. So when you slide it on, it's idiot proof. It only goes on one way. You like when you guys were in kindergarten, putting the square block in the round hole, Nate, I know that's you.
Oh yeah.
This
it.
is the,
You
this
make
is
it
this.
happen.
If you put it upside down, it's not going on. Simple as that. It only goes on one way. So the Radian is definitely easier to install. It only goes on one way. The screw does not need Loctite. And then aesthetically, like if you've never seen a Radian product, everything Radian does is just beautifully done. Style, yeah. Their rifles, their comps, everything. Parker Mountain has been doing it longer, and they do have a wider selection. Like they have CZ and FN and more Glocks. And they have a huge selection if you look on the website. Where Radian is just the 365 series, a couple different sizes there, couple Glocks, couple Shadow systems. But if you haven't shot a ported or comp gun, it does eat up a lot of the felt recoil. It does keep the gun flatter. And it just makes it a more pleasant experience, I think, especially when you get to those small 365 size guns. It makes a huge difference. Now, both of these are like between $300 and $400, depending on which one you get. So they're some of the more expensive comps. There are less expensive comps out there that, are a little bit bigger, don't eat up as much felt recoil. They're definitely a lot less expensive. So there's other ones out there that you can look at as well. But I think those two are by far the two best comps that I've tried for 365 series of guns.
I'm not sure. That's why I just had to walk away for a second. I'm not sure we talked about it, but the non-threaded one is also like California compliant and stuff too. Right?
Yeah. I didn't say that. So Radian says that because it doesn't have a threaded barrel, that it's 50 state legal, and that's huge.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our friend Corey Harrington, Harrington Arms also just released their version of this. I know Corey's been working on it for a long time.
It's not released. It's announced.
Oh, it's okay.
It's not released. They just announced their HAQR Harrington Arms quick release system that they're going to be dropping. I think it's technically going to be first quarter.
Okay.
But it's going to be a pretty neat system.
Yeah. Because theirs is also not threaded.
Yep, correct. It's a quick detach comp setup. It actually works with the press of a button. Press a button needed. And the comp comes off. It will come with a barrel and a comp, but they'll have two other accessories available at release, which is one is essentially just a comp without the comp for folks that are doing competition. If you want to not be an open class, but you don't want to swap your barrel out, you can just take the comp off and put this, I can't remember what they're calling it.
Like a sleeve type thing?
So like a block.
Well, it's essentially a block at the end, but instead of just being a barrel shroud, it's just an adjustment. It's like I said, it looks like a comp just without the ports on it.
That's pretty cool.
And then the other accessory that they're releasing with it is a threaded end adapter that will allow you to just thread a suppressor on immediately. So you essentially can create a quick detach suppressor for your pistol, which is pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
It's a really neat system. They've been working on it
he was working on it like when he was working here.
Yeah, he's been working on it for a long time. So it's going to be a really neat system when it actually they have working prototypes and everything. I just don't know the actual release date. I just know they announced it. So the intent is out there. It's going to be black DLC to start with. I think they're only supporting a Glock model to start. They will expand it from there, but it's starting with Glock only. So
yeah,
pretty exciting.
Yeah, very cool. It's cool to see the innovation in the industry and companies kind of pushing the boundaries and going to the next, just kind of doing that next thing and trying to figure out how they can improve. So,
and these work. I mean, I've been running the Parker Mountain comp and barrel since 2021 for the SIG P320. And then I got this one for the 43X, and I've run it ever since until Radian actually gifted me one at GunCon. And there's like, try this for the 43X. So I like them both, honestly. I mean, for the quality, for the bang for your buck, you can't go wrong with either one. Like Tib said, they are there for what you need. You can get the barrels themselves, or you can get the comps themselves, or you can get it as a full package, which I would highly recommend getting it as is. I've put gosh, I can't tell you how many thousands of rounds to the Parker Mountain Comp and Barrel, and it still runs great in the SIG. Still mounted on the SIG.
Well, Tib, you've had yours. I know you've had both of them for a long, long time, haven't you?
I've had the Radiant for 6-ish months or so, and I've had the Parker Mountain machine for, man, I was back at Inforce, so 4 or 5 years maybe. I don't know
Still runs,
exactly.
too. Yeah, it's a
Say
great
that again?
product. I said it still runs too.
Yeah, it's flawless. They're both really good.
I know I don't know anybody at Radiant, but I can speak to Parker Mountain. I've got to know Jared over the last bunch of years at ORD. I know the work that they do and testing and making sure, like, they're not just making something and throwing holes on the end of it and calling it good. Like, I know that they do testing. And same for Corey. I know, like, we see Corey out at the range all the time.
Corey puts a lot of effort.
Put a lot of rounds in our range, and they've made things to be able to test recoil mitigation, and like they get pretty nerdy with it, which is cool. So it's not like you're spending a bunch of money on just a new barrel and a doohickey on the end of your gun. That's going to do nothing. That they're actually,
and great customer service from all three companies that we've mentioned. They're solid customer service.
Cool.
And then,
this segment not brought to you by any of those companies, but I did want to announce our bundle for the month. We don't have a lot of these, but we are giving you a pretty smoking deal. So for those who are watching, we have a Coltac mag bag. This is a Cordura zipper bag. The top of it opens up, has a couple handles on it. Nice, like, padded. The sides and bottom are all padded, so it's durable. This will fit up to 4 AR mags. It fit a bunch of handgun mags. I'm just going off my memory on this. Super nice little bag. I've used them for toiletries. I've used it for ammo. Not the same bag, but that bag, that one. I put my toothbrush in the same bag as my ammo, because
I'll buy it if it's the one you use for your toiletries.
Yeah, there you go.
But this is a super handy bag. I'm not sure how many rounds it fit. It would fit, I can tell you, fit quite a few if you want to look that up. But we are going to pair this. So this is like a $40 value, $37 to be exact, almost $40 value. We're basically giving you for free when you buy this bundle, which we are going to include our new Riggs hand stop. And you're going to get 2 of the Riggs double slot hand covers, handguard covers. So it's like $88 for what is it, $130.
$125.98
Should I have
is the
these numbers in front of
MSRP,
me?
and the sale is $88.98 is the cost of the bundle.
Yeah,
For you
so
save $37.
Deals and steals.
Pretty sweet deal. If you're already looking at rig stuff, that's a perfect time to pick it up, because you're basically going to get a free mag bag from Coltac, which is also made in USA. Our stuff is completely made in USA, US sourced aluminum, machined right here in Ohio, Cerakoted by the handguard is hand stop, Cerakoted by our friend here in Ohio, and the anodizing is also done stateside. So all of this super nice, high quality stuff. These will be going up on Friday.
He doesn't say how many rounds. He just says 4 AR mags, 8 AICS mags, which is the like big 308 precision mags, tools, parts, or anything else you might need. Listen, you can fit a lot of rounds in it.
Over 300 easily. I put over 300 rounds
So
in it.
there you go.
Yeah. So those will be
hitting the website Friday.
going on Friday.
Well, the mag bag is already up there. If you want just the bag, you can buy it right now.
Actually, we should take those down.
Well, you can't take them down because then the bundle won't exist anymore.
Oh, darn it.
Sorry.
Well, I think we only have 22 bags, so do not hesitate.
Don't buy them now. Wait till Friday.
Or buy them. Either way, actually. Don't tell people they can't buy things. That's
you
foolish.
It's reverse psychology. I'm trying to trick them.
You cannot buy the last 22 bags before the bundle launches Friday.
Tib is so tricky. All right. You guys ready to go into Faith and Fuel?
Faith anchors us, fuel drives us. Let's open God's word and find the wisdom we need to live it out every day.
What are you laughing about, Tib? I see that smile on your face.
Dan's comment. I'm gonna go buy all of them first.
Go for it, buddy.
That'd be great.
Bet you
Actually,
won't.
Buy
Bet
all
you won't.
22, Dan. Please.
that'd be hilarious. Know that the Lord, He is God. It is He who made us, and we are His. We are His people and the sheep of His pasture. Psalm 100, verse 3. Know that the Lord, He is God. It is He who made us, and we are His. We are His people and the sheep of His pasture. So I kind of jotted down. There's three essential truths that we see here. That we need to know who God is. Yeah, I said us, but it's supposed to be us. Know who God is. Know that He created us, and know that He leads us. We're the sheep of His pasture. He loves and takes care of us. So, with that said, what's your thoughts on this verse? And I had a couple kind of like application questions, but just anything pop in your guys' minds with this? If not, I can just go to the question.
I don't want to go first this time. All right, I will go first. In your notes, you wrote, "How does this change you?" And when I read that earlier today, it made me think of the saying. I forgot exactly how the saying goes, but the closer you get to God and the closer you get to Jesus, the worse you feel about your sins. And that's something over the past 2 years as I've worked very hard, reading my Bible, reading books, learning, talking to you guys. And the closer I've got to God and the more I'm trying to glorify Him and live the way He wants us to live, and not always with my initial reactions that I tend to have sometimes. As I said many times, I have a temper and I try very hard to control it. But the closer I get, the more sinful I feel, because I realize that, like all of us, we come short to living the way He wants us to live. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm. And hopefully we don't stay in that I feel bad about my sins phase, right? Like hopefully from that we appreciate what God did for us by sending His Son to die for us and to take those sins, so we don't have to live in this guilt-ridden world of our sin, right? Like we can celebrate and we can thank God for His mercies and His mercies are new every day, and for the grace that He has for us. Like, and that's, He is our shepherd, and He is guiding us, and so hopefully it's, obviously it's good for us to be repentant of those sins and not continue to live in them.
Yeah, I think that's it. It drives me to try to be better, but when I slip up, it's like, you dumb person, don't do that. But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback off of you, Tid. The thought process of like when you go down, you lay down at nighttime and you say your prayers, or you reflect back over your day, or reflect back over a situation or a time or a conversation, or how you handled a situation. And sometimes, as we are human, we may not handle it in the way that we should. Whereas when you reflect on that and you say your prayers or you ask for forgiveness, and then you see that and you're like, wow, like I knew that was wrong at the time, or I knew that probably wasn't the best way about handling something, but I still acted on it. Knowing somewhere, deep down subconsciously or on that in your inner soul, that that's probably not the route I should take, or probably not how I should react to this. It's almost like a little bit of guilt, a little bit of shame, a little bit of, God created me and I should follow in His path, and I am the sheep of His pasture, and I acted out. Like the sheep wanders off and gets lost, and now the wolves are after it, and now the shepherd has to come and protect the sheep while it leaves the rest of the sheep unguarded because of a wandering decision, or a just getting lost in life. So that one is definitely, again, I'm piggyback right off of what Tibbs said in that regard. It's self-reflection to say, well, I could have done this better. And I think a little bit deep down, that's God kind of weighing on sitting on your chest a little bit and saying, like, come on, like, that's not how I raised you, or that's not how I taught you. So I like that a lot. I think I'm going to apply that a little bit more. It's definitely one that I've thought about it a little bit more, but now that you said it as you did, it's something that it's like, man, that gets you, like, it hits you right in the feel. So how does it change you, or how do you apply that? It's definitely something where you're conscious. I'm more conscientious of what I'm doing. And even when I act out of it, I am afterwards saying I probably could have done that differently. I could have, hindsight's 20/20, but sometimes with the good Lord on your side and there with you, maybe in that moment, he can help you realize that this is how we're going to handle it. And it's not just you speaking from your mouth, it's him speaking through you.
I'll always go back to the sheep and the pasture. I grew up raising sheep. My dad has sheep. I spent a lot of time wrangling them, feeding them, taking care of them, and doing all of that. I'll always relate to it. And being a shepherd, you watch sheep do things and make mistakes, things that you're like, well, if you just put a little more thought into it, you probably wouldn't have done that. But never regretting having to go and fix their mistakes, because you know that they don't really know better, that they didn't think through it more. So you're just going to go and go take care of them, because they are yours, and that is your responsibility to do so. And remember that he is ours, meaning he is our God, and he is going to come and take care of you. He's not going to let you not make the mistake. You've chosen to make the mistake, and that's something that you have to deal with. But the shepherd is going to come. So don't forget that he's there.
I like that.
Yeah, I think I think where my mind was going on this a little bit was just like, I wonder how our perspective, we were talking about perspective last week, and I said about having to write a book on this. So it's kind of where my mind always goes. How would our perspective in life change if we truly believed that if we knew God, if we spent every day reading his word, praying, if we got tied into church and community and everything, right? Like we are seeking after God and his people, right? So we know him. If we truly believe that we are his, how would that change our perspective in life? Like, how would that change what we think, what we do? If we because I think it would change a few things. Like for me, I think it would change. Like if I truly like, and I do believe this, but I think they're just in my own sinful nature. I get sucked into my own self, right? So I think like there are things that I want to take credit for, and I want to boast about that I feel like I've done, and not give credit to God in those things. But then there's also things that that maybe I don't give myself enough credit for, or trust God enough to do, because I doubt, right? Like, so there's ego and there's doubt, right? Those are kind of they're kind of two opposite things. So like there's either ego, I'm taking credit for things that God did, or there's doubt, I'm not willing to do things because I doubt that I could do them, right? So if we believe that we are his, he made us, he loves us, he is guiding us. If we truly believe this, just imagine what would change in our lives, I think, and like our perspective on life and our perspective and our circumstances and everything, if we would give credit to God on the things that he has blessed us with, but then also be willing to do the things that are hard and that we are afraid to do. I don't know. You guys have any thoughts? Bounce off that.
I don't disagree.
Or I lose you.
No. Just thinking.
I think the possibilities would be endless. You know, if you thought about it, it's like I've got God on my side. There'd be peace, you know, just the hopeful optimism of it. But it'd be if everyone knew God and knew the love that he had for them and each person, like I feel like there'd be peace. I'd feel like there'd be so much happiness, and there would be a lot of elimination of divide and anger and hatred, because it wouldn't be a culture or a country versus a country or an ethnicity. It would just be, as Nate said, and as the verse says, we're the sheep and he's the shepherd. I think it would change a lot. And I think we're seeing that slowly but surely, even in my life, you know. But I think across the board, we're seeing more and more people, like even ORD. It's the first time. Last year you led the prayer. This year you led the prayer, and now on Sunday they had a church service. Like I think you're seeing a little bit of that coming in. I think as we use the analogy as is, I think we are looking for our shepherd, and I think people are more and more finding their shepherd and finding their flock of people to be with. So that's my thoughts on that.
I think from what you said, if all of us kept God like right here 24/7, I think it would change every aspect of our life and everything we do, like our happiness, our content, our giving. All the positive would be amplified up to 11, and all the negativity, the anxiety, speaking poorly about people, losing our temper, guilty, and all that stuff would literally be turned off. If we truly had faith and kept God right in front of us 24/7 and not fell into any bad habits or whatever you want to call them.
So
Yeah.
Dan, sorry, Jimmy.
Nope, go.
So Dan threw a verse, Romans 3:23, which is funny because it's what I pulled up right after Tib. And I kind of shared his, starting in verse 20, chapter 3 of Romans, verse 23. It says, since all have sinned, they continually fall short of the glory of God and are being justified, which is declared free of the guilt of sin, made acceptable to God, and granted eternal life as a gift by his precious undeserved grace through the redemption, the payment of our sin, which is provided in Christ Jesus. That's actually verse 23 and 24. We all have fallen short, but we don't have to live in this world of feeling like we're falling short all the time. God sent his son to take those sins, pay for them, and give us the Spirit to live inside of us so that we can live in God's glory and have a joy that surpasses anything that this world can throw at us. And I appreciate that, Dan. Cool. Very good. All right, guys, ready to wrap?
Let's wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in to Life, Liberty, and Equipped. If today's conversation challenged you, encouraged you, or helped you get more equipped to pursue your mission, share with a friend, drop a comment, and leave us a review.
Don't forget, we go live on the Neomag YouTube channel, so be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can be part of the next live show.
And if you're not already part of the Neomag Insiders Club, now's the time. Get early access to Neomag gear, exclusive content, and front row seats to everything we're building.
Until next time, live boldly, stand for liberty, and stay equipped. See you soon.
Bye.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining the live today. We always appreciate all of your participation. I think that's it.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everybody,
See
and
you
we'll
later.
see you next week.
Bye.